my gosh, your life is going to get so much better once you remove all those negative Nancy's out of your life and leave them alone. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist. And boy, oh boy, you guys, I can't wait to start editing my videos. There's this clip of this man. He says, boy, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you. If you know where that's from, comment down below. But what we're going to talk about is continuing to live your best life, because we're not going to be sad. That was for 2024 and all the other years that you suffered and experienced trauma. Why? Because nothing in life lasts forever, and we have to continue to move forward because the time is going to go by. So this video right here, like, comment, share, and subscribe, because but getting straight into it, you don't have to stop being a good person just because people try to manipulate you. You don't have to stop being a loving person just because people try to humble you or talk badly about you or group up against you. All of those people will be dealt with. You have to realize that if groups of people have to talk badly about you and they don't know nothing about you, they're weak. They're weak. They're weak. To the pack. Say it with me. They are weak. You are. You really are. Because as a grown man, as a grown woman, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, gay, they, him, she, he, we, be, why are you trying to target an individual who did nothing to you, who is just existing, who is just being themselves? Just because you don't know who you are doesn't mean that she or he is not that girl, is not that guy. And if you weren't that girl, if you weren't that guy, why do you think people feel some type of way? Imagine your coworkers talking badly about you, making up rumors. You don't even know these people. They don't even know your middle name. Imagine people you go to school with spreading gossip and rumors because they don't have access to you. Imagine being friends and even family members saying stuff amongst other people, pitting you guys against each other. These are not people you want to be like, and you have to realize that these people are only projecting what's inside of them. So when people gossip, when people slander, when people make up rumors, when people steal, rob, destroy, distract, be corrupt, confusion, all that stuff has nothing to do with you. And speaking from experience, I have never and will never allow anything that's external or outside of me to get to me. You won't break my soul. You want to break my soul, I'll tell everybody, like Beyonce said. Okay, big shout out to my mom if you didn't know. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like, if you are a good person, it's in you. It's not on you. And that's what low vibrational people, the negative Nancy's, can't comprehend. They don't have it because it's not who they are. And when people are envious, and when people think they're smarter than you, when people think they are so much more than you, they act accordingly. Like, people have shown their hands. This is why it's really important to not always react or respond and to observe. You were not silenced. You were silent, and you need to be thankful. Speaking from experience, when you witness things and you don't speak on it, you gain knowledge, you become wise, you get discernment. That's how you know when certain things are right and when certain things are wrong. People are going to lie, people are going to steal, people are going to pretend, people are going to wear a mask, people are going to act like they're just so big and bad. And the moment you move accordingly and you don't feed into the energy, all of that stuff has to go away. So I am not going to continue to not be me just because certain people were in my life. And once you cut them off, like, let me grab a pair of scissors. Cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. I don't care who it is. Cut them off and create distance. Unless you have to work with them, keep it professional. Unless you're living with people, keep a certain distance. Like, don't be rude, don't be disrespectful, but stop associating yourself with them. I promise you, every single person who was a problem has been removed, and my life has continued to get better. And until you remove these people, your life is not going to flourish. The reason why certain things are not working out for you is because the people that are around you. Everyone does not, unfortunately, have your best interest. Rather, it's because they are a negative Nancy, or just because you're meant to outgrow them in life. You should not feel bad about you loving and being supportive and being a good person to people just because they didn't show you that same energy in return. Like, you're not going to stop being blessed. You're not going to stop being abundant. When you surround yourself, and this is why it's important, ladies and gentlemen, when you are intimate with people, when you get to know people, that immediately, if they're not willing to work on themselves, if they don't have the same morals, beliefs, and mindsets, it's not going to work. Like, the reason why you constantly are in disagreements, you're constantly not seeing eye to eye with certain people, you constantly have like this cycle, is because it's not equally yoked. You guys are not on the same frequency, and you can't pretend. You see, these people that came into your life, who talked about you, who destroyed you, who did all these things, they were fake. They were fake, as ASF, like fake. when somebody cares about you, they're going to come to you. When somebody has a problem with you, they're going to communicate with you. If somebody wants to be in your life, they're going to be patient. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to shame you. They're not going to make you feel less of a person. Not just that, if people came into your life and they took, you are a giver, which means you will naturally be abundant. Like, don't feel bad about loving people and being there for people because they needed it. You didn't need it. I didn't need none of those people. Let's be for real. Like, let's call it like it is. I didn't need to be in these people's lives, okay? I am that girl. It will forever be her in real life, okay? Like, these people needed that energy. It wasn't the other way around. It's not about being superior. It's not about thinking you're just, no. These people don't genuinely love themselves. And you know when people love themselves, how they take care of themselves and how they treat you. And speaking from experience, when I was in certain situations based off of circumstances, keyword, based off of circumstances, not because I just wanted to be here, I realized that being around certain people, I was not able to do certain things, and I wasn't able to move how I wanted to because I knew that these are not people I'm meant to connect with. So for example, I've moved a lot. I've went to different schools. I've traveled. So I've met a lot of people. And during those times, and including situations where, like I said, it was based off of circumstances, I was able to observe my surroundings. A lot of people, when they meet people, they are like really quick to just like cling on to them. I've never been like that. And I still recommend that when you get to know people, you take your time, because you'll know if somebody's worthy of your time, energy or not. And the times that I realized that people weren't, I was respectful. I wasn't rude. I wasn't nasty, but I was able to separate myself. And I'm grateful, because if not, when you stay around people who don't feed into you, it's draining. Like, I avoid people. And that's another reason why you have to realize, like, people that gossip, and it's not that I didn't know how to speak. It's one-sided. Like, a lot of people have this one-sided issue with you, and it's not even you sometimes. A lot of people hate themselves. People necessarily are not jealous of you. People do not like themselves. So when they see somebody that likes themselves, it irritates them. It bothers them. It triggers them. It is a personal problem. Like, unless you've done certain things to people, and I can count on my hand, maybe 2 people out of this entire world can say that when they encountered me, that I wasn't the best version of myself. Maybe 2 people. That's it. I've never intentionally went to hurt and harm people on purpose. So it's just like, and even with you, like, because it's not to say that we don't have learning and growing to do, but it's just like when people despise themselves, they're literally just treating you how they feel about themselves. So it's like, don't internalize it. Don't stop being a good person. Know that the love that you gave was genuine, and that you're going to continue to be blessed, but you have to let these people go. Like, give them their energy back, and time is going to tell. Like, when you go through certain things and you're the type of person where you give and you help people and they take advantage, it's not going to last. Speaking from experience, there were certain people, like I said, based off of circumstances, and I was a good person, and they thought they was going to do their big one, and in the moment they had their little moment, okay? But now it's like, when you are no longer around these people, everything else falls. Everything it goes away. So it's like, if you aren't pouring into people and you weren't loving the people and you were taking and taking and taking, when that person is gone, oh, that's like when people say favor. When someone who is favored comes into your life and they're no longer in your life, all of that stuff goes away. All of it goes away. And I'm speaking from experience, like, oh my gosh. So it's just like, no. You need to wake up every single day, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's a lot that we have to talk about, clearly. And the year is just getting started. But it's like, you have to continue to love yourself. You have to continue to know that you are that girl, you are that guy. And the only people from experience who had a problem with my standards were people who were not meant to be around me, because you can't even sit with me. You can't afford to. And yeah, this is who I really am. Like, people be wearing masks. And the thing is, when people think they know you, they don't know. And that's the thing now. Like, every single person who went up against me is not in my life. Like, people have died. I know people who have died. I have witnessed it all. I'm telling y'all from experience, like what you put out, it's gonna come back to you. You reap what you sow. Same thing with me. That's why I don't intentionally walk around in my ego. A lot of people confuse confidence with arrogance. I've met a lot of nasty, arrogant people who thought they were just gonna be mean and take and take and take and take and just, and it's like, it doesn't work like that. So cut them off, create distance. If you have to speak, like I said, treat people like coworkers. Like, you don't have to be mean. And that's what I like recently. I've had an encounter with an individual and I had to tell myself, I don't have to be mean to you just because you are nasty towards me. And I apologized. And I was like, you know what? This, just take full responsibility for yourself. And once I realized that I don't have to, you know, surround myself with people or stoop down to their level, I wouldn't. And it's just like, once you really are okay with that, and once you realize like somebody is a certain type of way, the best thing that you can do is remove yourself, because it's just not worth your energy and it's very draining. And a lot of times people don't want to change. Like, a lot of times people don't want to acknowledge what they did and how they affected you. And it's just like, if we're in a relationship, regardless if it's your family, your friends, your lovers, your coworkers, if we both can't talk about what we did wrong and you constantly just want to blame and point fingers, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I don't care who you are. Like, that's not how that works. Like, mature people can acknowledge what they did wrong, right? Because it's not the end of the world. You can move forward from it. And yeah, but relationships have to be mutual. So it's like, stop forcing people, stop going out your way, stop supporting people, stop. And if people, like I said, have a problem with, oh, she thinks she knows everything, I do. Not, just kidding. I don't think I know everything, but I know who I am. And if I think I know everything and you don't like me, you shouldn't have nothing to talk about. Let's clock it. Let's clock it. All 2025, clock it. Like, okay, and if I'm all that in a bag of chips and you say that you don't like my messages, you don't like the tone, you don't like the delivery, you just think, so why are you here? Because I'm not going to stop being me just because you don't know who you are. Like, we're not doing that. Especially as I grow older, I've never had patience when it comes to people who are not worthy of my time. And I think I won't ever, unless your intentions are genuine, unless you're here to watch these videos and you can build your confidence too, because that's the target audience. And you have to realize that everyone's not your audience. I know who my audience is. I'm not worried about the yappers, or as people like to say, the peanut gallery. Because it's like, people don't know you. It'd be different if people sat here and built a relationship with you, sat here and got to know you, sat here and took their time, energy, and effort and respected. Anybody who does not respect you, cut them off. And I'm speaking from experience. Once you cut these people off, your life is going to get better. Watch. And I'm telling you, until you remove certain things, it's gonna take some time for things to get better. If you were losing weight, you lost your appetite, or you was gaining weight, and you around unhealthy people, toxic relationships, toxic jobs, toxic family, once all that stuff is out the way, I promise you, you're not going to be stressed. You're going to be blessed. So if you have questions, comments, and concerns, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're commenting on me below, turn on your post notification. If you're new here, it's time, as Mariah Carey would like to say. Like, nobody's dimming their light. We're gonna drop the mask because everybody has a mask. Everyone loves to pretend. Okay, it's game time. As Nicki Minaj said, it's game time. It's game time. Like, now is not the time. So you're gonna see, as you cut certain people off and you continue to focus on yourself, the only thing that's gonna change is where you're going in life and what you're doing. Everybody else, you're gonna start to see a lot of things happen. As you ascend, as you elevate, and certain people are not, leave them there. The door has been closed, and we're not rekindling Nathan, not a Nathaniel, unless God, ancestors, or the universe say so. And you'll know when it's time for certain people to be in your life, or to forgive, apologies, and all that. But all the other stuff, leave it where it's at. Leave the past in the past so you can live your best life, because there are people that are waiting on you. There are relationships, there's jobs, there are opportunities, they're waiting for you. But you're not going to be able to get there if you're so worried about the love that you lost. F those people. They are not important. They're not. They're really not. Okay? Love you, bye. If you have questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section. If you're interested in more videos like this and you guys want to learn how to build your confidence up, not for fake, but for real, okay? Because energy doesn't lie, and that's another thing. People can lie all day. Their spirit, their energy will speak before you do. we got to work on our discernment. Let me know in the comment section. Follow me on all social media platforms. If you would like a more intimate, relaxed conversation one-on-one, head to my website at tygoddesssummer.com. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'll be going live on Instagram and TikTok until we reach our goal here on YouTube. So like this video, turn on your post notifications, and if you have questions, comments, concerns, DM me on Instagram. Like I said, I'll be going live on Instagram and on TikTok answering any questions, comments, and concerns about being confident. Okay, love you, bye.